Hey, my name is Douglas Thompson. I'm an Airsoft gun tech. I have something kind of special to show you. I've been kind of holding off on showing this to people just because it's kind of ridiculous in some ways. But this is my gas blowback MP7. It's a great little gun. Anyway, so here's what I want to show you. It's nothing about the gun itself. I guess it could be considered that, but so when you think of an MP7. You think about people holding it, like this, the foregrip extended and the stock extended. I'm not sure if you can see me here. And, it's still a very short overall weapon. And, for example, when this is in use in its normal form, it is still much shorter than like a small M4 fully collapsed, not including if it's fully extended. Let's see, you can see that. So that's a good example of why someone would want to use the MP7 initially. But let's say you want to take it a step further, and how are you going to do that? Maybe you could make notches in the stock so it's a little bit shorter, but it's still, you're still using it, like this. But what if you just collapse it all the way and think outside of the box? Let's try this. Take your right hand, if you're right-handed. If you're left-hand, all these steps, just reverse the hand usage. Right hand, foregrip. Left hand, pistol grip. Still shoulder it with the right hand, right? So, like the only problem with having this fully collapsed and trying to use it with this hand is if you look at your arm, you have to hunchback it hardcore, and your arm's like behind you almost, right? But if you're using your cross hand, it's similar to using like an LMG with a rear grip instead of a foregrip, like this one in the rear. Like if you use the L85. Or the L86 rather, LSW, there's a foregrip, not a foregrip because 4 is in the front, but a rearward grip in the back, like underneath the gun to help support it, because it's a bullpup and it's a little bit different configuration in the magazine. Anyway, so this is basically turning this into a bullpup, right? So when you load it up, you use your left hand still, just pop it in like this, and the magazine release is still right there. So you don't really got to change. You just have to change how you interact with the magazine release. Your left hand would ultimately control the select fire, and that's a little bit uncomfortable. But really, you're only going to be using it on semi. Right now, semi does not work very reliably on this gun. I think it has to do with the bolt carrier. Anyway, so when you're firing it, you just fire with your left hand, right? First, you probably got to charge it. So there's really no change, and then let's say you're out. There's nothing in these magazines. I have the follower on the bottom right here, so it doesn't interact. So I'm dry firing. But let's say you're out of ammo. You change mag, pop a new one in. Hit the bolt release if you have to. If you're just changing mags in between magazines and you feel like you're low, you change it. He's back on target. Let's do full auto since it's doing full auto anyway. So that's really all there is to it. And imagine if there was an optic on this, how much easier it would be for target acquisition. If there's an optic right here in the front, this is basically your cheek rest. You can also add those rail covers to make it more comfortable for your cheek, if that's something you're concerned with. It's kind of rough on the cheek, but if you're wearing lower face protection, that's not going to matter anyway. But if you're one of those players that likes to wear only goggles or glasses or whatever, or maybe like a cloth lower or something like that, then you might want to if you have like a sensitive face or something, you might want to look into something to alleviate that problem. But really, if you think about it, you know, it's not a big inconvenience to just pull the trigger with your left hand. You know, like shooting with your left hand, and you know, this feels weird as shit to me. With your left hand and, you know, with your right hand forward, that feels weird. But if you're using the same shoulder that you normally shoot from, you're still using your dominant eye. You know, usually your dominant eye is your right eye if you're shooting from the right shoulder, but some people's dominant eye is the left eye. I don't know, they shoot how they shoot, but my dominant eye is my right eye, and my dominant side is my right side. So this really doesn't feel that weird. Anyway, aside from the way you look on the field, probably look kind of weird. Think of the advantages of going around a corner and only having your weapon this long. You know, like you're getting down and stuff, and the controllability of like aiming. You know, you don't have any weight in the front. You can, you know, throw your weapon around as much as you want. There's no weight like way out here. You know, it's just all tucked into your shoulder. So when you're going around a corner and stuff, you don't have to maneuver around as much, and you know, you don't have to hold your gun down by your side until you go up in the corner. You can just keep the gun always right at your face and go around the corner. You know, it's really convenient, and I really advise, not advise, but suggest MP7 users in particular, because of this collapsible stock function, to try it like that. Like that's how long it is. It's, you know, as wide as, oh, my shoulders or whatever. Like, it's really practical. It makes things a little bit weird, but you can train yourself for a little bit of change, and it's just fun to try too. Just so you can see, I don't know if you can see this, but I stippled the foregrip on also on the back right there. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, if you have any questions, or if you want to make fun of me or whatever, feel free to do so. But I really think it's a practical, you know, a practical use of the gun, and I can see it, you know, I can see it being used on the field. So give me your thoughts, and let me know how you liked it.